YouTube, welcome to my kitchen garden in the month of June. This is the end of June. Come with me and I'll show you what's growing in this small tiny space. Where do we start? Let's start from strawberries. June has been the month of strawberries. So thankfully we have two varieties. We have two varieties of strawberries in our garden. This is just so that we can have strawberries growing for a longer time. We've got an everbearing variety and we've got the June variety. Down here, if you can see, the June variety is coming to an end. Literally, no more flowers, and the everbearing one has just started to flower. These were sown from seed last year. So if you want to grow strawberries, you can actually grow them from seeds, and they were my own saved seeds. Our corn, on the other hand, has started tasseling and bringing cobs, and it's just so beautiful. I'm so happy about them. The only issue I have with corn in containers are the buckets. So the containers dry out so easily. Personally, I don't think there's a main problem with growing them in containers, but I think I've overcrowded them. As you can see, I have like 5 plants, no, actually 7 plants in a bucket here. I have, yeah, about 6 in this other bucket. So I'm needing to water it twice a day. And also now I've had to start giving it a feed twice a week just to make sure that these cobs will actually form for us. It was a gamble to put them in buckets because I had no space in the back garden. So we'll take what we get. I'm also noticing the spots on the corn. It doesn't look like a disease, but it looks funny. I'll see. I hope it's not a problem. Only a few of them have the spots though, so if you can see the spots all along this hems. But these are beautiful. These are purple Chinese corn. They are F1 variety given to me by a plot neighbor, and she's actually said to me, "Why did you grow them? Why didn't you take some more seeds?" But I want to see what the F1 will produce. So it's a big gamble, but fingers crossed. Now, come and I'll show you the next thing we need to harvest here. We planted some onions from seeds over winter. I have harvested some of them from sets. The seed ones haven't been harvested, but they're beginning to fall back if you have a look. Once they start falling properly, then we know they're ready. Currently, not all of them have, only a few like this. You've got these ones that are already ready to come out. Any one of them now. Onions are ready when you have the neck bent. It means no more nutrients is actually going from the leaves to the bulb. So you won't have the bulb swelling. Otherwise, when it's still straight, like this and firm, it still has nutrients coming to it and it's still growing. So we're going to pick some of these onions and cure them. If you're struggling with space, guys, you can also grow your onions from buckets, and look at how they're doing really well. And these are the spring sown onions from seeds in a bucket, and they're doing absolutely fine. We had some peas in this row, and as you can see, I've put some beetroots, direct sown some beetroots here, and they've all come up and they're really happy. It rained last night, which is so good. We've had 2 rains in 2 months, so really happy for the rain and happy for these beetroots coming up here. That will be my beetroots for the winter, and when the onion goes, all the onion goes will have beets in the whole bed. Over to my beautiful herb corner. Now, this is what I encourage people to do if you've got a space. This is an old bathtub, and we're growing herbs and we're growing also brassicas. I've got some kale that look a bit worse for wear, but they're okay. We've been using them for juices. I've also got coriander. These are coriander seeds, coriander flowers, and they're beginning to go to seeds, and they'll give me some coriander seeds as well. We did a big chop of our thyme, a few more flowers there, but they will come back. So I chop it twice in the season. Lemongrass, this is the one outdoors. The one in the polytunnel is doing much better than this one. Oregano down here in the bags. We've got 2 bags of oregano, 2 pots of thyme, and lots of parsley. Parsley also here. And I've also got the newest addition, which is the French tarragon, which is doing so well. Lots of new growth since I put it out here. This apple tree did not fruit this year. We had fruits last year, but that's fine. That is normal for apples. They can fruit one year and not the other year. So no worries. This is my main summer bed. I have tomatoes in here. I have peppers, and I have a few marigolds here, and a few onions I haven't harvested. And guys, look here. Can you see this? I've got pumpkins. that have begun to form. We've got two that have I had to pollinate myself. Sometimes you have to do that in the early stages. I pollinated them just to guarantee I have fruit. So this pumpkin is doing so well, and I'm trailing it up this arch, which is so beautiful. Hopefully we'll have fruits and stuff, coming down. I've also got a cucumber. Cucumbers have been a bit funny this year, but I've got one plant there that is beginning to fruit. So fingers crossed for cucumbers. And I think this one was pollinated today. The pumpkin there was pollinated today. So fingers crossed, we'll see if we have fruit. Apples are doing so well. Apple tree over here. I'm happy with those. As you can see, my sage, it needs a good haircut, but I haven't had the time. I've trimmed a bit. We take a bit of it, but it's just such a big bush. We need to clear it out. I have two different pumpkins. I've got the crown prince and I've got butternut squash, and we have the first butternut squash fruiting. We've also got a pears just swelling up nicely, no issues, and the butternut squash is trailing up. And I have some my first blackberries. These are spineless; they have no thorns or spikes, so it's a special variety I'm happy to grow in my garden. Black currants are fruiting, are ripening nicely. They're actually ready to be picked now, to be honest. They're looking really good and gorgeous. I I pick these and I snack on it or I freeze them. So this is my special summer treat. I've got a few blackcurrant bushes at the allotment which I've actually almost picked the whole lot from. In the front here we've got tomatoes that have fruited, tomatoes fruiting, and also pepper. Can you see the pepper there? It's swelling up nicely. So this is a summer bed like I did say. And over here, final part to show you are my runner beans, which are climbing absolutely well. And we've got some boloti babies already. These are boloti beans. And I had the foliar feed and they're doing amazingly well. A few more corn plants at the border here. And this fennel is taller than I am now. It's about 6 foot tall. It's going to flower. It's a bronze fennel, so it's a perennial fennel. It will come back year after year. It doesn't form a head, but it's a nice herb to add to your garden. I've also got some more beans. Would you believe that? Some more of these dwarf beans are ready to pick. The dwarf beans, if you don't have much space, the dwarf beans are a really good variety to grow and they will actually give you early fruits. So we've been picking a few of these now and again. Um, Guys, I want to show you something. So you see here, I had some sesame seeds I sprouted, well, by accident. I poured some excess sesame seeds here, and they've actually, it smells like sesame. It smells so good, and they've actually sprouted. So I'm just gonna let them, self-seeded, see what happens. But I don't think I'm gonna get much out of it. But it's nice to just see because this is a partly shaded area, this edge of the fence. In the next couple of months, we won't have enough sunshine here. So most things that are sun loving might not do very well here. Final part of the garden to show you will be a few more tomatoes here, which are swelling up. Oh, my runner beans, which is swelling up nicely. I've got ox heart looking so good. I've also got my got lovage here. Um, marjoram, oregano, looking really, really good. And a few kale dotted here and there. Potatoes at home are doing well. These are my last sowings and this will be harvested last. So, guys, thank you for coming round to see my little garden in my kitchen garden and see what's been growing in the month of June. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's inspired you to grow something. It doesn't matter how small your space is, a small container or little borders, you can grow food and you can actually nourish your body and nourish your mind. Gardening is so therapeutic. I really enjoy doing it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, if it has added any value to you, give us a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet, kindly subscribe. Let's grow together. Let's reach more people and encourage and inspire more people. Leave me your comments and suggestions on what to do with this corn because I'm not sure about those spots. They don't look bad, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, until next time, I'll see you in another video. Bye.